What a headshot! What a head!
How's it guys, this is Dayvy, FPL, and welcome back to the Fantasy Premier League video here on my channel. Now in this video, I'll be giving you guys my initial reaction to Double Game Week 34 that was announced a few hours ago. So yes, Double Game Week 34 was announced a few hours ago. The fixtures have been confirmed, 7 teams in total that have a double game week, and 1 team that also has a blank fixture. So it hasn't only been the Game Week 34 doubles and blanks that have been confirmed, we can now do predictions for the rest of the season, so we almost know every single double game week and blank game week from now to Game Week 38. So massive news has just dropped today, and that's why I wanted to give you guys initial reaction. Don't worry, throughout the upcoming days and weeks, I'll be giving you guys my updated chip strategy, and I might actually activate the wildcard chip for Game Week 30 instead of Game Week 31 as planned. But I don't want to jump too ahead of myself. As mentioned in this video, I'll show you guys the double game week fixtures that have been confirmed and give you guys an introduction into my chip strategy and what changes might have been made. I'll also be advising you guys, depending on what chips you guys have left, when to use them. So that's something you guys are interested in. Sit back, relax, and let's get straight into it. So Double Game Week 34 has finally been confirmed over the past couple days. We've had some leaked fixtures, but now it has been confirmed, and as mentioned, several total teams. So Arsenal, Bournemouth, Palace, Everton, Liverpool, Sheffield United, and finally Wolves, all of a double game week in 34. So what you guys might be doing now is take a look at your own starting 11s and your benches. What you're probably noticing is that you already have quite a few of these double game week players, and that's going to come quite handy by game week 34. For example, Arsenal and Bournemouth, they just had the kind of double game week. Bournemouth, Arsenal players are super popular, so chances are you might already have some double game week players. Then Liverpool options, already spoken about bringing Mo Salah in for game week 30, another asset with a double game week fixture. Then besides them, Wolves, Sheffield United, Everton, Palace, these options are too popular, but by game week 34 with those free transfers, you guys might be able to bring them in. So these several teams have a double game week, but now let's take a look at their fixtures, as that's going to determine if you actually want them for this double. So what I'll be doing now is I'll be going over kind of team by team, discussing their fixtures and deciding whether they're worth actually investing in. So let's start off at the top there with Arsenal. They have Wolves away and Chelsea at home. Not the kind of worst double game week in the world. I guess it depends how that Chelsea game goes, but this is a home game for Arsenal. I think most of us already own these assets though. On a wildcard, I'd probably still keep them, and they'll still be challenging for the title come game week 34. Then we have Bournemouth, Aston Villa, and Wolves, both away games. Not the best double game week in the world from a defensive point of view. From an attacking point of view, both these two teams have been conceding, so Dom Solankes will still be quite popular. Then Crystal Palace with 2 home games, West Ham and Newcastle at home, one of my favorite doubles of game week 34. And if Newcastle's defensive form continues, Olise and Eze could be absolute standout picks. Then Everton got Nottingham Forest at home and Liverpool at home, both home games as well. And depending on their form, we might invest in some of the defensive options. Now I want to highlight now, if you guys do want a bench boost in game week 34, those Everton options could be quite popular as they are quite cheap. Then Liverpool with Fulham away and Everton away, 2 great games. And Mo Salah might be a triple campsy option. But let's just see how the Liverpool team looks with all those injuries, but I'll probably be investing in them because they have some good fixtures leading up to game week 34. Then Sheffield United, can't say I'll be investing in too many of their assets. Burnley at home though, and Man United away. Not the worst double game week in the world. I guess if you guys do want to go for some cheaper options, you might want to look here, depending on how the form is looking. Then the final team, Wolves, have Arsenal at home and Bournemouth at home. Yet another team with 2 home games, but you'll probably be relying on that second game against Bournemouth. Can't see too many points against Arsenal at home, not from the attackers or the defenders, but if they do quite well in the second game, they could be worth investing in. But that's going to wrap up the kind of fixture review of these 7 teams. Definitely some teams to target. We've got Crystal Palace, we've got Liverpool having 2 good doubles, but other teams I'd also invest in are probably going to be Arsenal, Bournemouth, and Everton. Right now, quite hard to recommend going for Sheffield United, and Wolves also have a pretty good second game. But against Arsenal, can't really see too many points. But you guys can let me know in the comments down below, what's your initial reaction to Double Game Week 34? Do you think it's a great double, a terrible double? And what chip are you guys planning to use in Double Game Week 34? Now the next talking point might be slightly longer than the previous one, and that's because it's going to revolve around the entire season, and I'm going to be using Ben Crellin's graphic. So if you guys aren't following Ben Crellin, don't exactly know what you're doing over on FPL Twitter, would definitely recommend following his account on that platform. But Ben has kindly enough released his fixture guide from Game Week 30 to Game Week 38, and as you guys can see, Game Week 34 is confirmed, but now we have some massively very likely predictions of 99%. So Game Week 34 was confirmed, and in turn it confirmed Game Week 37's double, and you guys will see 6 teams double in that game week. So we have Chelsea, Spurs, Man City, Brighton, United, and finally Newcastle. And those double game weeks don't look too bad, to be honest. Unfortunately though, a lot of kind of high-octane teams playing each other. We've got Man City versus Spurs, Chelsea versus Brighton, and then Newcastle versus United. But there could be some upside in those fixtures. So as you guys can see, also get a prediction on game week 35 and 36 double game weeks. Chelsea and Spurs will either have back-to-back doubles or one game week apart, which you always love to see. So please just take note of that. Would recommend kind of keeping an eye on those assets. Would recommend them from game week 35 onwards, even if you guys are going to wildcard in game week 30 or game week 31, as back-to-back doubles could be quite advantageous. Now another thing to point out is going to be game week 34 is actually a blank game week for one team, and that's going to be those Spurs assets. So that's what I was saying, from game week 35 maybe onwards, I'd recommend getting in a Spurs option, but those Chelsea assets have great fixtures from game week 30 and game week 32, so you guys can look at those assets right now. So that Spurs blank actually puts us in an interesting situation here. If you guys do have the fiat, this could make game week 34's fiat even better, as you can avoid those Spurs assets in game week 34 only and keep them for the doubles in 35, 36, and 37. So going on to kind of my chip strategy, as you guys know, I still have the fiat. If you guys don't, it's perfectly fine, but I'll probably look to wildcard in game week 30 or 31, fiat in 34, and then bench boost in 37. The important factor to note is the doubles in 34 and 37 are completely opposite. What I'm saying there is the teams that double in 34 don't have a double game week in 37, and therefore you can optimize both those double game weeks. But if you guys don't have the fiat and used it in the ever popular fiat 29 strategy, what you can do is dead end into game week 34 and wildcard in game week 35. What I mean dead end is just kind of focus on 34. You can kind of aim to wildcard in 35 anyways. So just bring in options that have a double game week in 34, as you'll have a completely new team in 35 anyways. If you guys don't have the wildcard and only have kind of maybe a triple captain or bench boost, don't worry, we still have these things called free transfers, and you guys can use them every single game week to prepare for the doubles. So once again, if you guys do have the fiat, I'd probably recommend using it in game week 34. You can use it in game week 37, but I think that Spurs blank game week and the doubles after 34 make it a little bit easier to use it earlier on. So the fiat strategy is going to be game week 30 or game week 31's wildcard, then you're going to fiat in game week 34, bench boost 37. If you guys don't have the fiat, you'll dead end into double game week 34, wildcard 35, 36, and then bench boost 37. Those two strategies are quite set out, however you guys can obviously alter them if you want to. You guys can bench boost in a single game week, that's perfectly fine, or in a smaller double like 35 or 36. I'll be doing a review on my kind of chip strategy throughout the upcoming days. I'll then post the update in a video late in the week, as I'll clarify if I wildcard this week or game week 31. This video was an introduction to the announcement, just to showcase if you guys are living under a rock that game week 34 has been confirmed, and in turn the doubles in 37 as well. Game week 35 and 36 still have to be confirmed, but Ben Crellin is saying 36 to be more likely, and he's been pretty accurate to be honest. But in the comments down below, let me know how this has altered your chip strategy. Are you guys now fiating in game week 37 rather than 34? And where are you using the other chips? If you guys have the triple camps still left, I would recommend 34, 37 obviously. Can also do it in 36, but the fixtures aren't too great. So Mo Salah could be quite spicy with that double. But as mentioned, future videos will be coming up and dropping throughout the week as I do more planning. But this is basically going to wrap the video, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy it. Please don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you have subscribed yet. And I'll be seeing you guys for future videos coming next week. But for the time being, I'm Isaiah, it's been Dayvy FPL, and I'm out. Cheers, bye.